What's going on, everybody? This is Jules and welcome to the Gravel KidZ YouTube channel. And as promised, we're going to be reviewing the new Gravel King SS tires. This is the SS Plus model. The Plus model gives you a little bit better puncture resistance, which is I chose it due to the semi-slick nature. SS means semi-slick nature of this tire. I was a bit paranoid about having something puncture the center tread that's just a really simple file tread pattern, and it takes up, I'd say, probably half the tire, the whole center strip, about half the total diameter of the tire is slick. So I chose that for some puncture protection. On the side of that is a diamond style file tread or diamond pattern that's on either side of the tire, and then towards the edges are some bars. The bars do have little lines in it, and I think that's to remove water. So as you go through water, lean into a corner, it acts similar to a car tire and flushes the water through those little grooves. As not to hydroplane if you're riding like in wet environments. I've had plenty of time with these tires. We rode 56 miles 2 weeks ago, or a week ago rather, and that consisted of hard packed gravel, some blacktop, some cement road, some really nice sized chunky gravel flint, something like you would see like on a railroad track, mud, unfortunately, some puddles, even some cow manure, which was pretty fun to try to avoid. But anyway, we did 56 miles in Louisiana on a levee system that follows the Mississippi River. Some of that section was blacktop, freshly paved. Some was older cement. Some was like smaller pea gravel on top of hard packed dirt that rode really fast. Some was the bigger, chunkier flint stones, again, like you see on a railroad track for a pretty long distance. Of course, vehicles drive up it, tractors, ATVs, and they had some sections that were rooted out. People do keep their livestock on it, and we see what they call cattle grates to stop the cows from walking across, and in quite a few sections. And in even one section, looked like every cow wanted to take a massive poo on top of the levee, so we were dodging in and out of cow patties in mud and water, and we got rained on twice on the way back. So it's safe to say that I've tested these tires in a huge variety of conditions, and I feel pretty good about giving my review on them so far. When it comes to hard packed surfaces like concrete road, blacktop, it's a no-brainer. The smooth center section inflated to about 40 psi. They roll really fast. I'd say just about as fast as a normal road bike tire would, as fast as something you're familiar with, Specialized, as fast as something like the Pathfinder Pro or the original tire on this bike, which was a Specialized Road Sport. They had a smooth center section. These tires definitely ride as smooth and as quickly as those tires as far as rolling resistance goes on a hard packed concrete. When it comes to gravel, your pea gravel, small hard packed dirt, it might as well be cement or concrete. They ride exactly the same. There's no real variation in handling, not to me. So again, for hard packed, perfectly fine, which is again what these tires was intended for. Gravel King markets as a race day tire, and I can completely see why it would be a race day tire. So cement, no problem. Hard packed dirt, no problem. Small pea style gravel, small pebbles, again, no problem. As long as it's not densely packed, if it's just kind of scattered on top of hard packed dirt, no problem. The bigger, chunkier gravel, kind of like you find on railroad tracks, probably gives this tire about the same problem that would give any other gravel bike tire. I mean, it's just, you're kind of floating over the surface, and you kind of like at the wheel of the surface. Pedaling faster on this tire kind of floats across the top, and it has quite a bit of control to it. I mean, again, it's just like riding any other tire. We have a bike we're going to review in a second that has the Gravel King SKs on it, which is a knobbier tire, and on that chunkier gravel type surface, the tires basically ride exactly the same. Not much difference. So even on something like that, a really great tire. Where it's not so much a great tire is when it comes to like fluffy mud, marshmallowy type mud where the tire actually sinks down into it. That's fairly light. There was a section that we rode that they're about to pave, so they kind of hadn't really compacted the dirt on it yet, the new fresh layer of dirt they put on it. And it was kind of like they put this, I don't know, maybe like almost like a fine cement powder, dirt, some weird stuff going on. Anyway, it made for like really slick, fluffy stuff where the top looks solid and looks like it's hard packed. Once you get on it, you drop down maybe like an inch. These tires struggled. I had to drop down to the granny gear and being clipped in, and I was pedaling, and I got through without putting a foot down. but it took everything I had, especially after riding 50 plus miles on the way coming back. So that's definitely not the sweet spot for these tires. We had better luck with the bike with the SKs on it. It did go down and bite a little bit better. It was a little grippier, and that provided a little bit more traction. But again, those aren't the tires for the mud either. So if I am riding mud, I wouldn't recommend the SK or the SSs. But anyway, that's beside the point. That is kind of like the Achilles heel for these tires. That's the area I found that these tires just don't do well, is in a mud like that. The file tread pattern did work, and I think if it was maybe a thicker mud, something that wasn't so fluffy, I think these tires will work fine riding in grass, or if it's rained in a day or so and the ground's kind of tacky. It's not completely dry and hard packed, but I mean, you kind of got that very low thin layer of mud and dirt at the top, or damp dirt at the top, is when the file tread kind of really comes into its own, and then the ridges on the side help you kind of move a little bit as well. But the best part about this tire is that the transition from the semi-slick center part to the diamond file tread to the bars on the side is pretty transitional, so you don't get like a weird jerky motion like you would on some other tires. If you do try to decide to lean in the corner, especially on pavement, the transition, there is no weird hiccup. It just works. So yeah, as far as these tires go, I love them. I'm probably going to replace these tires just to try something else out, but not because they're bad, and they won't be gone for long if I do take them off. Gravel King has some limited edition tires out right now. I'm not sponsored by Gravel King, but I do like the way they look, so I'm thinking about getting a set for this bike to try out. We do have a set of the limited editions on the next bike I'm about to review and show you guys, which is for another Gravel Kid crew member. So it's just right off camera, so you can see how cool the special edition tires are. And I kind of want to get my hands on a set of Seafoam that kind of match the inside of my fork. But if you are considering these tires, like me, they're fantastic, tubeless ready. This is the black version with the gum wall. I'll try to insert some pictures throughout the video and other clips so you can kind of see them rolling over various surfaces. But anyway, this is our review. If you have any questions about these tires specifically, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Again, like I said, if I do swap them, it's just to go to the limited edition color scheme, but I may get those tires and hang them on the wall. I'm not even sure. But anyway, this has been the Gravel King SS Plus review, which has the additional puncture protection. So until next time, yeah, subscribe and like the channel below.